Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Heaven on Earth. I'm Michael, the Leo Mystic. This is where I channel the astrological guidance for the 7th until the 13th of February. What a beautiful, beautiful astrological week. Honestly, if you pay attention to it, it can feel very limiting because we're starting off the week with a Sun conjunct Saturn, and that is just a check-in with our highest selves, with our spirit, with our, shining. And, it is like the moment to shine in and do it and be responsible for it. But if we are tested everywhere, that, are you sure that you can shine? Are you sure that you have a lot of energy? Are you sure? And the sun is like in its fall position, and it could be a little bit of a struggle, sluggish, less energy, but the moments that we can shine are very freaking powerful. Now, we're starting off the week as well with a first quarter square, technically, with the moon in Taurus, conjunct Uranus. And that in of itself, it kind of like brings up that tension again of the past versus the future, and that which we've been seeing the last 2 years playing out, because Saturn and Uranus have been squaring the whole time. The Saturn is the past and that which we wish to maintain, and Uranus that which we wish to break free from and be radical and shocking in the future. And so, that is playing another role this week, past versus the future. And now the Sun conjunct Saturn with a first quarter square on that, it's like we need to break free. It needs to happen. There's a new methodical way of, doing things that just needs to be ripped apart, and we need to install it. It's also really to with a first quarter square on Uranus it needs to happen. This shocking experience of breaking free out of your old self just needs to be like, wow. With the moon on Uranus too, man, it technically, it's also every time the moon hits Uranus now in Taurus, our nervous system gets like an upgrade. And that is energetically, that is quite, taxing. It has to do with all this upgrade from 4G to 5G, and, just so much technology, but also, just so much interdimensional, just stuff happening. And it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's our nervous system is being shocked big time, and our values, that which we find important. So all the things that I've been talking about, a new future and a new earth, and, just being self-sustaining. And it's just like right now you're going to be tested. There's an implementation. There's an action that needs to happen in order to secure your future in a way. And the beauty though is that it is sextiling Jupiter in Pisces. So there is this divine intervention that's going to be there. There is this, our wish to explore spiritual realms and meditation and compassion. It's just like all of a sudden a beneficial yes. This kind of intermediator that says okay, you know what? You want the past, keep the past. You want the future, go to the future. It's like whatever you want, you can have it. Jupiter and Pisces sextiling that first quarter square, what the fuck? And that's not all. We have also the second positive planet, if you will. It's like positive. It's just a sweet, loving, caring, beautiful, compassionate planet, Venus and Jupiter. Venus is trining that moon conjunct Uranus. So it is about installing, and that's what I said past week too. There has to be kind of a mature version of you right? And there has to be a cooperation, the masculine of the feminine. Like, is that balanced? If it's not imbalanced, you know, there's this dominating force of Mars. You know, this could be quite cataclysmic. If it's too much feminine, then it could go all too dreamy, like this Jupiter in Pisces, and could be like, oh, you know what, it's like fine. But I think, you know, balancing here the masculine and the feminine, like, just what I mean by that is the ability to respect cycles of calming down, relaxing, going with the flow, very Jupiter in Pisces kind of, but also at the same time Mars in Capricorn. Okay, what's the methodical, practical thing to do here, and integrate and implement? And that's what's going on. There's an implementation going on. Moon in Taurus, square Sun in Aquarius, group values, you know, it's got to be together. There's got to be shared values, and you know, there's this kind of a leadership, Mars in Capricorn, with Venus in Capricorn, like where we can get serious. We can get serious on implementing. We can get serious on moving ahead. Like, all the planets are direct, and it's just like, fucking go, you know. So, and also Venus and Mars are squaring the nodes. So that's the thing, that's why I'm focusing so much on balancing the masculine and the feminine here, to have it just, I would say, in yourself, but also it's like reaching out to very feminine people, and if you're very feminine, to very masculine people. And to cooperate, to, you know, implement together, to work together, to just like very sweet working together, you know. And it needs to happen because it's squaring the nodes. So this is something we need to learn, because there's something that is not happening in here. We cannot miss this opportunity. And by the end of the week, you know, there's this finger of God, Moon in Gemini. Moon in Gemini there is going to be, this on Friday, it's going to be all jittery, very, you know, communicative, and just like wanting two things, and just like commerce and blah, 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 facts. And it's in conjunct Pluto and Mercury, which, by the way, Pluto is trining the nodes. And that's another reason why I'm saying this is implementation. This is the ability to change. Like, it's in one way, with Uranus and Taurus and Pluto in Capricorn, it's breaking all structures. But with Mars and Venus in Capricorn and Pluto trying the nodes and Uranus with the moon and Taurus, first quarter square of the sun, this is like really moving Earth. It's as if like Earth like becomes fluid, has the ability to flow. And, you know, in a way, that's actually what matter is. It's 0.00001% matter, and 99%, 99999, it is energy. So it is actually fluid, and it's an illusion that we see as if it is fixed. But I think there's this ability to wake up and see that, you know, this is all just fluid and just moving all the time and changing all the time. And I think that's just kind of a realization that we can have, and at the same time, it's like I said, finger of God, and it's trining the sun in Aquarius. So there's this opportunistic, optimistic flow, good communication, good ideas, and, you know, with the North Node in Taurus as well, you know, this is, like I said, that the implementation gradually, step by step, but also we are learning how our minds influence matter. And I think we have like a sudden aha movement. It feels kind of like a Mercury Cazimi kind of thing, because Moon is in Gemini, so it's all factual. It wants to like get to the truth and to the bottom of things, and factual, but it is in conjunct the South Node in Scorpio, which it can go too deep. It can go like raw research, and so there's this annoyance, there's like past, and there's fears that can come up. But because the Mercury is on Pluto, it is very sharp and it is ready to, face that truth, and it can cooperate with the past. And I think we're going to see, it could mean that people wake up. Like most of people are now going to really see what's been happening, and it's like, what the fuck, what have we been doing these past 2 years? Have we really been like believing those lies? And and there's just something that happens in terms of a realization, in terms of facts, in terms of communication, sudden words too, like very important words that rise to the surface and that hit you and that like give that realization. And just like that finger of God, just to very important communication, words, realizations, ideas, facts that are just gonna change the course of our future, of our future, of that which we need in order to evolve and to grow. And I think that's very beautiful, and especially because like by the end of the week too, and then next week we're gonna have a full moon in Leo squaring the nodes. And I'll tell more about that next week, but that's pretty heavy, man. Because the sun in Aquarius is really about rebellion, and it's the moon in Leo, it's about the ego and about creativity and about your courage and about, just the ability to be courageous and show your heart and lead, and that's squaring the nodes there, North Node in Taurus and South Node in Scorpio. This is very, very important emotional shit happening for our future. And it has to do with rebellion, it has to do with the people, it has to do with the group, and it has to do with the heart and passion and courageousness. So it's kind of like a grand cross, and like feeling like being nailed too. But I think these are, like, again, I'll tell more about next week, but these are very like turning points, especially because, the sun in Aquarius is made important by the moon in Leo. So they like these two are working together in a way. So, this is the moment for those Leos and those Aquarians to show their heart, to show their group leader skills, to like be there and to show the up. Yeah. So I would say this week, really, this is about major realizations, important communication, and moving matter becoming fluid, but not really, but like in a realization, the influence that we have on matter, we are realizing, and we're changing that. We're realizing that it is changeable, that it is not as fixed as it is. And I think that's beautiful. And with then a full moon in Leo squaring the nodes, it's kind of like a pride that needs to go, but a divine, realization that your heart is there uniquely to inspire, to lead, and to realize that you're all there to help each other. Anyway, I'll tell more about it next week. Go ahead and have a beautiful week. Much love, the Leo Mystic. Peace.